Price is the king of the chart. It is the purest measure of market sentiment. Price action is a manifestation of the combined psychology of the market participants. It tells us the perceived value of a security at a given time. Many novice traders get caught up looking for the perfect technical indicator and neglect to put sufficient emphasis on price. It is more effective to learn how to evaluate the price action and use indicators as a complementary analysis tool. When an aspiring trader points out an indicator signal to me, such as an overbought or oversold oscillator, and asks if I would execute a trade, I respond, "It depends. What's happening with the price?" I do not enter or exit a trade based solely on a signal from an indicator. Think of technical analysis as a big toolbox. Just as candlestick charting is one tool, indicators are another type of tool. Successful trading results from employing a set of tools rather than using each one in isolation. And remember, many technical indicators are derived from price. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I think I made when I started trading a couple years ago. I was putting so much emphasis on oscillators and RSI and MACD, and I wasn't just purely looking at the price action first. And that's the number one thing. The king of the chart is price action, and then it's going to be your volume. And then for me, I believe it's support and resistance with candlesticks patterns at support and resistance, and obviously trend line breaks as well. I think that's and moving averages. I think those are the things that can really help you in this space, and that's what you should really focus on. And what we're going to look at today, we're going to look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and we're going to look at them on the 4-hour time frame here. And what you're seeing for Bitcoin is a trend line break. This white trend line is what we have broken out of. We have now put in a higher high, and what you're seeing now is we're trying to find support, and that's what we need to do is find support right around this $7,400 to $7,500 range. And on the 4-hour time frame, we put in a little bit of a hammer candle right here with slightly above average volume. So that's something I'm looking at. So we have back tested the area that we just broke out through yesterday. So that's an important thing, but I'm still watching and I'm paying attention to this area because we need an upside move. And what we're looking at to see if this is going to be some type of bull flag to where you have that pull up and then you consolidate sideways or you go down a little bit before you have that next push up. And that next push up could take us into the $8,200 region, the top of this bear flag that we had. When we had this big this big push to the downside, then we had a bear flag and then another push to the downside. So that would be the upside target if we can get up above this area of around $7,500 is going to be important for us to hold that and continue to climb up above that area, break out of that previous area that we've been before. And if we can get through 8,100, then we're going to be looking up around that $9,200 area. It could happen very fast. So we do have to be aware of that. But right now, the key thing is holding this area right here where we just put in this hammer candle. We don't want to drop much below that. You can see the volatility stop on the 4-hour time frame is at 7,305. So basically what that's saying is if you go long in this area, that's where your stop loss would most likely be, right around that area, because we would not want to start breaking back down through this area that we tried to find as support and that we broke up through. That was previous resistance. That's important. And it's showing that the buyers are stepping in at this area. So the next thing we need to get up above here is that $7,500, $7,600 where we previously were at. That's going to be important for us. But remember, whenever you break out of trend lines, about 50% of the time you can actually back test the area you broke out before you move farther again. So that's definitely a possibility as well that we do need to look at. But on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin here, we're up above our 20 EMA and we're up above our 50. So that's important, and our 200 here. So the trend obviously is up right now, and that's a good thing. Whenever you break through resistance, you want it to become support, and that's what we have right now. But we need to see that continuation, and we need to see that follow through. That's going to be extremely important for us, and we don't really want to start dropping back down below that $7,400 range, in my opinion. That's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now. Guys, just take a really good look at that area and even set alarms. So you could set an alarm up here. This previous area we've been before around 7,584. You could throw an alarm that just give you a little alert so you can see what's happening in that range. And then to the downside here, we'd put one at 7,391. Right there. And if you get some from this, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell like I said before. If you get some from this, just write it down low, give me a thumbs up or whatever. It really helps with the algorithm. You guys have been helping me with this channel and growing, and I hope you get something from it. So next we're going to get into Litecoin, that's Bitcoin. Remember, everything's basically going to be based off Bitcoin at this moment. I believe what Bitcoin's going to do, the other coins are going to do as well. So that's what I'm looking at. And let's take a look at Litecoin. We are at $44.58 right now. We are up 3.67%. So we're starting to break out right here of our symmetrical triangle that we've been in. We've been having higher lows and lower highs, and we started to break out right through this range right now. So what we need is heavier volume. Want to see volume continuously come in here, and if we can get a candle close above right where we're at now, that could take us up to around, guys, about $47. We would have a nice shot at getting up to that, and then it could be around that $51 here. So Litecoin even has more of an opportunity if we can get up above this little area here. We have a little bit more room to run than what we had for Bitcoin, but we need this to continue. And what we would want to see is a daily candle close outside of that of about 3 to 5%, right in that range, because that's going to give you basically some confirmation. And that's what we've been struggling with, is if you don't get that confirmation and the price basically shoots up, you don't wait for confirmation, then you have one of those false breakouts and it falls right back on top of you. So here's what it looks like on the 1-day time frame. And you can see that's the area to get up above, about that 46 on the 1-day time frame. 46.67 is going to be the spot. Then we could get up to around that $51, and also that 200 moving average, which we need to get up above. We're trading above our 20 EMA, we're up above our 50, and we need to tackle that 200. So that could be the area that we test next, and that could be at $52. So if this moves up from $45 to $52, that could be a nice little trade in itself right there if we do get this continuation here. Now, volatility stop on the 1-day time frame here, it'd be looking at $39.89. That's saying where you'd put your stop, because we'd want to see this move continue. We really shouldn't be dropping back below that area, and that's why you'd get stopped out. So that's what you're looking at there. And then, guys, we're going to move into Ethereum. So if you like that for Litecoin, guys, the main thing for Litecoin is just continuously moving, closing up above those key overhead resistance areas for us, and not dropping below support of around $40, right in that range there. We're up 3.84% here. So let's get into Ethereum next. You can see Litecoin starting to turn into a buy there on the technical analysis as well. So that's something that I always look at. Then we'll get into our Ethereum. And ETH's at 188.50 now. So ETH's making a nice little run. And I apologize about the internet being a little bit slower right now, guys. We've been having some issues out here. I'm more in the country, so I got the fast internet I can get, but sometimes with everyone on it now, being at home or whatnot, just get clogged up a little bit more. So what we're looking at for Ethereum now, we are testing the top area that we previously were at of $188. So that's what we need to get up above. If we can get up above that, we're going to be looking at $204.90 for overhead resistance that we would need to break up through and turn into support. If we blast through that, which that could happen because this was just a short little congestion area here before we drop back down in that bear flag, then we could go up to around that $247 region. So there's even more open space here. So that's where I said, some of these other ones like Litecoin and Ethereum and whatnot, they're kind of looking a little better than Bitcoin right now. They're out ahead of it a little bit, but we're going to have to see what goes on with the halving. Remember, guys, everything changes than what it was in the past. We just have to take this one day at a time. And in my opinion, just like I talked to you about, we need to look at the price action here. That's the key. The price action is we're still in an uptrend. We're still up above this yellow trend line that we want to continue to hold. So that's good. Uptrends, we're having higher lows. We're up above our 50. We're up above our 20. We're up above our 200 as well for Ethereum. So that's good. We don't want to drop below the 200. So for Ethereum support, I'd look at $172. If we start dropping to the downside, to the upside, we need to get over that 188, and that would give us the possibility to get up to around that 204, then be up around that 247. Now, in terms of indicators, let's take a look at our RSI on the 1 day for Ethereum. Here we're at 62, so that's good. You can see we were putting in those higher lows as we continued up through here. You could even draw a trend line along that, I'm sure, and take a look at that and just make sure you don't drop down below it to the downside. And then we'll take a look at the MACD. See what's happening here. MACD still in bullish territory. Histogram still in bullish territory here. Let's see what else we got. We'll take a look at the stock as well. Stock RSI, we got a bullish upside cross there. We're at 77 and 62, so still plenty of room to run if we want to continue to move to the upside here. So Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum could definitely move up. If it can get over this 188 today or so and close up above that, then we could come up here and try to tackle some of those higher numbers around 200 or so. But we're going to have to watch this because right now we're going to have to see where this ends up closing for the day. There's still plenty of time, but we're having a little bit of a slowing here in the candles. Okay, almost a little bit of a stalled pattern as we come up to resistance. So that's definitely something I'm going to keep my eye on. But if you guys get some from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I want to keep it quick today. We're just going to see if this move continues to the upside. So far, we're holding that critical support, and we want to see that held for Bitcoin so that we can keep moving on some of these other coins as well. So if you appreciate it, guys, let me know down low. You know, like I said before, leave an exclamation point, my name, anything like that always helps out with the algorithm. Help me get out there and see if we can help as many people as we can. Let me know what you guys are doing. God bless you all. Take care.